That.
Yeah, so the national parks were all closed for the winter, but they were free to get into, and you could drive like 3 miles. But it
Oh,
was
okay. So
free because the
you didn't
government
have
shut down
full
and no one could
access,
work.
huh?
Exactly.
Gotcha. That makes sense. So, well,
Yeah, all the
Colby,
roads were closed.
sorry about the technical difficulties. I don't know what the hell that was going on there.
That's all right. It's all good. We got to figure it out.
Nice. So, you've been hunting. Is it mostly grouse that I've noticed that online that you guys have been after, or tell me what have you been after for the most part?
We've been at the kind of the beginning. We were chasing some chucker and had a little bit of luck. We ran into a few coveys, and that was super cool in Utah.
Nice.
And then we got up into Salt Lake, and we ended up picking my wife up. And the airport she flew in, so we're kind of sightseeing and trying to see the um, parks and everything. So we were trying to figure out detours when we realized the parks were closed. So we didn't really go through too many places that we had intentions of hunting at that point. And then, but once we got into southern Idaho, we got a kind of a pin sent to us and said, "Hey, check this spot out for some rough grouse." And so we drove around for a few hours and walked and hiked and got a couple of them. My wife shot one and Jake shot one.
Nice. Nice. How'd the
Yeah,
dogs do?
awesome. Yeah, the
Dogs are
dogs.
loving it. They're having so much fun out exploring, chasing the birds, and they're
Do
doing
you
their
guys have?
job. Colby and I can't shoot, so that's the problem with most of this. We're
Well,
missing the birds.
I've seen you guys hunt, so that's understandable. So, do you have all four dogs with you then right now?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, so Sage and Hank are probably not hunting more than they're just traveling, right?
Yeah,
Nope.
they're traveling and hanging out, doing some training, and just kind of getting exposure to the vast openness of all these different states, different textures on their feet, different smells, and then when we go into the towns, different sights and sounds and smells with all of that. So just trying to get them to be like they've seen it all, done it all, so nothing bothers them when they're 8, 9 months old.
Now remind me, or Hank and Sage, are they litter mates?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought. I couldn't remember for sure.
Yeah, a
So
little over
that
4 months
so
old.
man, so you guys both have your hands full.
They're actually doing great.
Say the
They're
training looks like it's been going well online.
Yeah, we actually introduced them to e-collars, so now we have a recall with the e-collars and 4 months old with recall, and they can just go run away. Pretty impressive.
Man, that's great skill set for them to have for sure. It gives the handler a lot of sense of relief when you have that, as Jared calls it, your cell phone with the dog, right?
Yeah,
Yep,
that's
So,
super cool.
exactly.
man, it's made such a huge difference to the point now. Like I took Dop down to Baumgar's, which, like the tractor supply store in town, basically the other day, and walked with him at a heel off leash, and just on e-collar, and it's just like, damn, this system works. I'm so glad that you guys introduced me to it and introduced me to Jared because it's been a game changer for sure. So
Yeah. Once you
That's cool.
understand like what an e-collar is and that it's not hurting the dog, then you're like, okay, this is a tool that we need to learn to use correctly, and it is a game changer and makes your life 10,000 times easier.
Yeah.
for sure. Nice. Well, hey guys, I've got a couple questions. Of course, you've probably seen anyway some of the podcast clips. So Doppler's going to ask some questions here. I'm just going to hold the phone up because, and then I was telling Jake David that I kind of fix it all in back end basically, but this way you guys will be able to see and hear him, and then I'll still have both of your reactions on screen. And then
Cool.
for now, that's my workflow. Jake thinks that I should be able to do it easier, which he's probably right. He's a lot he knows a lot more about editing than I do. So, but okay, let me get this pulled up.
All right, tonight on
Okay, yep. Oh shit.
all right, tonight on the Doppler effect, we are joined by Mr. David Holbrook and Mr. Jake Delger. How the hell are you guys doing? It's been a while since I've heard from you.
What's up,
Were you
Dom?
able to?
How's it going, buddy?
What's up, Dop? How you been doing? You been doing good at training lately, it looks like.
Yeah, I heard you're doing pretty well. Proud of you, man.
Thank you, thank you. And some of this, like for his responses, like because obviously I'm not that well trained, or I don't have him that well trained. But I'll edit his responses, create his responses. But okay, I think this question's for Holby. We'll see. I've got like 4 questions here in order. Were you able to hear the first one? All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Holby, one of our favorite new segments on the podcast is called What in the GSP? It's all about the dumbest things we've ever seen a GSP do. What's the stupidest thing you've ever seen a GSP do in your life?
I've seen Millie run into a fence post, and I've seen
Oh,
Hank fall into a pond when he thought that it was really shallow and it wasn't. So, yeah, there's 1,000 other ones I could name, but those are 2 that come to mind.
yeah. I can just imagine everyone that's like that worst fear of watching the dog run into a fence because, like, hopefully it's not barbed wire, of course.
Yeah.
But damn. What about you, Jake? What's the dumbest thing you've ever seen your dog do?
Yeah, I've seen some dumb stuff as a puppy. Poppy ran into a light post, and and then she was like seeing things, so she's like barking at the sky. I'm like, oh no, did she like damage her brain? But luckily, I mean, she's a little crazy, but hopefully her
Hey,
brain's not damaged.
I've met Poppy. I don't know if brain damage is the right way to describe it, but just
And
kidding.
then
No.
last week while hunting this property we're on today, she actually ran into a fence because the fence was chicken wire and she thought it was barbed wire. So she tried to plow right through chasing a bird, and
Oh,
yeah, that was not barbed wire. So she bounced right
dude,
back.
dude, Poppy's a beast though. I remember out at that pheasant farm in Utah, that bird that went down on the other side of the fence, and we just like dropped Poppy on the other side of the fence. Fuck you, told to go get it, and she just picked up that bird, brought it back. I mean, that was awesome.
That is the power of force fetch right there. You just tell her fetch on something and she'll go get it for you.
Yeah, no, she did a great job. So that's awesome. All right, hold on. I think Dop has a question for Jake.
Mr. Jake Delger, how you been? I gotta tell you, Poppy and we really hit it off, and I was curious. Do you think maybe you could kind of help me move the needle on that a little bit?
Dop, my guy, you're flirting with Honey, I see as well. So you're just being a player over there, brother.
Playa.
Playing the
I
game.
swear, I think her and I we just clicked. It was a vibe. You don't think she'd be interested?
Oh, jeez. Oh,
You
these
don't
are
you you,
ridiculous.
you don't think she'd be interested?
Dop, you're a little young. You're a little on the young side for her.
All right, and let's see, one last one for Holby here. I think.
Hobie, I understand you and my special bond because you both lost dogs that were very important to you in your lives. Can you tell us a little bit about that story? All right, tonight on
Yeah. So she was a little over a year old, and we were hunting down in Florida. And driving back, we got into a car accident. I didn't have a kennel for her, so she was just in the back seat. And she got out onto the highway and got hit by a car that was coming by. And we watched it happen, 10 feet right in front of us. It was pretty scarring and one of the saddest moments of my life, honestly. I still have problems with it. I still have trouble, getting over that, and I still miss her a lot. Uh, but now we've kind of taken her death and like the memory of her and tried to make it, super cool for the next dogs that we have. And I'm able to share that with the world through like Instagram and TikTok and show everybody like what a well-trained dog can do. And it's just a pretty special thing that she left behind.
Yeah, for sure, dude. And I appreciate you sharing the story because it was the pretty similar timeline to when about this not exact same situation, but same tragedy happens to Doppler, or not to Doppler, to radar. And like I the fact that we all were brought together ultimately, through the just the love of these dogs, but unfortunately, like the loss of our dogs,
Yeah.
but like the community that just enveloped us and just brought us in and has said, hey, you've got to keep moving. You've got to, not beat yourself up over situations like this, and to pass that on and like you said, take what was a negative situation in losing these dogs, and how can we make it a positive moving forward, and spreading good information, like you said, show what a good dog can do, right? A well trained dog can do. So, but yeah, just crazy. So,
Yeah.
um, so
It's, it's wild, man. And I look at memories on my phone that pop up. And it's like, dang, that was a year ago. Like, 2 or 3 days ago, I got one, and it was Josie getting her first pheasant. I was like, no way, that was a
mm,
year ago. That is insane.
And what's crazy is almost a year ago to Josie getting her first pheasant, we were pheasant hunting like last week. So it was
Yep.
pretty full circle. It was kind of cool.
Yeah, I saw that right at the end of our pheasant hunt.
it's amazing how things line up, isn't it? For
It's
sure.
almost eerie.
Yeah,
Totally.
yeah. There are things in this life that we will just never be able to explain.
Yeah,
But that's where the faith in the good Lord steps in. So,
absolutely.
but
100%.
hell yeah. So what's like? So you guys are out for what again? Another week or so here, or how long? Sorry, I missed the end of the trip.
Yeah, like a week
Yeah,
and a
another
half.
like 12 days, I think.
So then, what's after that? Like, I mean, you you guys have to go back to work at some point, right? I mean,
Well, Jake doesn't work, so
oh, that's right, that's right. He's well, he works his ass off getting free stuff from all the different companies.
yep,
I work. People just don't call what I do work.
yep,
Mm,
exactly. But yeah, I'll have to go back to work, and then I'll be back to work for like 2 days, and then I'm going to Virginia for Thanksgiving, and meeting up with a guy from Virginia. We're gonna go grouse hunting out there.
nice, hell yeah,
Yeah,
that'd be a
yeah, I'm
good
pretty
time.
stoked for that. Yeah, we've been talking for like a year trying to make something happen, and now it's finally, a good time to do it. And I'm making a trip to Virginia anyways, so I'm just gonna bring Millie along, and we're gonna go hunt some rough grouse in kind of like the border of Virginia and West Virginia.
Nice, that'll be a good time. Hell yeah.
Yeah, for
What
sure.
about you? What about you, Jake?
Well, we'll get back and it'll be Thanksgiving and I'll be spending time with my family. And then after that, it'll be Christmas and winter. And Sage will get a play in the snow. And I don't know. I don't have a lot of plans except in February. David and I are both going to Texas to meet up with Jordan and go chase some bobwhite quail and some wild hogs. So I'm looking forward to
Oh,
that for
you guys are
sure.
doing a hog hunt while you're down there too?
With night
Yep.
vision.
Dude, that sounds awesome. That sounds great. That'll be a good time for sure.
You should
So,
join.
Yeah, come on
I
down.
I told I told Jordan that I might be able to swing it. It's still too far out for me to know for sure. But
Yeah.
that sounds like a fuck. I've always wanted to do a hog hunt. Like, dude,
Dude,
now that I
especially
know
with
there's a
night
hog hunt,
vision.
oh yep, I think I'm gonna have to be there. I'm gonna.
Yep.
Is it?
And then
Are we
we'll get it
camping?
cooked up good. Well, Jordan has a ranch. So Colby and I are flying down and we're flying into Dallas and then Jordan's going to drive us to his ranch. I think it's like 2 hours south and we'll stay there. And Sounds like it's gonna be a blast. I'm looking forward to it.
Nice. Are you bringing dogs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're both gonna fly with our older dogs.
Okay, nice, nice.
You got to get
How does
Dopp
that?
to the point of flying.
Well, honestly, I truly believe that if he had to, he could fly tomorrow. Like I, I haven't been, showing a lot of his progress lately, but like the dog is killing it, man. Like
It's awesome.
the strides he's made in just the last month, especially once we started introducing that e-collar, layered on top of the leather training collar. Like honestly, I can walk with him at a heel at like confidently anywhere at this point. Like I'm very happy with it. So I really think he could fly. I just isn't there a certification or so you have to get there's some paperwork you have to do, isn't there? Or,
You just fill out a form with the airline, basically proving that they're trained, and submit that. And then they do like a visual inspection when you get to the airport and make sure your dog's not misbehaving. But honestly, the hardest
Nice.
part is going through security. You have to make them down. You walk through security, and then you have to call them through. But other than that, and then what I did is I went to Cabela's and just sat in a camp chair and made her sit at my feet for like an hour and just not move, simulating sitting on a plane.
yeah. Well, that's smart because that's Holby, have you taken your pups on the plane before? Or?
Yeah. So Josie, she flew all the time from the first time that we sent her to Jared, was all obedience and force fetch. And when she got done with that, I think it was like 3 or 4 days later, she was on an airplane.
Dude, that's
So
awesome.
she was trained by Jared. And then when I got Millie, she was a little feral. So she was, ready to rock when it came to hunting, but she had been living in an outdoor kennel her whole life. So the next 3 months after getting her, we just hammered on obedience training and Cato boards and heel, sit, down, place, all the stuff that you need for the, in the house and in the public. We just hammered that for like 3 months straight. And we got her to the point now where she will totally fly. She's flown 2 or 3 times now.
No
And we
kidding.
got her in April or March, something like that.
That's awesome.
Holby's
That's
actually
awesome.
how I learned how to fly with my pup. I reached out to Jared. I'm like, hey, I want to fly to Utah rather than driving. How do I do it? He's like, reach out to this guy. And that's how Holby and I actually met.
Yeah,
I reached out to him to learn how to fly with Poppy.
Dude, that's awesome. See, like, and that's what I love about this community. People just want to help each other. Like, there. I know there's people in the community that are like, especially in the dog training world. I've talked with, I think we talked about it out in Utah even, that like, oh, I'm not going to give you free information. Like, you got to pay me for that. It's like bullshit. Just like you're helping people. Like be a decent human
Exactly.
being. So, yeah, that's wild, man. Well, guys, I am really glad that we got to do this. I'm trying to keep these episodes right around 30 minutes because I'm trying to do lots of
Cool.
them and editing tons of them. I just don't have the capacity. But I think the
Absolutely.
idea being too that like hopefully we get to do this again and
Absolutely.
doing it like this where it's a panel is definitely fun for sure. I really appreciate you guys' patience
For
with
sure.
me and as we figure this out too. But
Yep.
yeah, we need to do this again, and then yeah, let's talk about February. I need to get down there. I need to see what's all involved because
Oh
coming
yeah.
and killing some hogs doesn't sound like a bad deal at all. So
No, it'll be a good time. We're excited and we can't stop talking about it. Whenever we talk to Jordan, we're counting down the days. So yeah, it's gonna be a good time.
hell yeah, hell yeah. Well, brothers, love you guys. It's great to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for entertaining Doppler's questions, as ridiculous as they may be. And we'll look forward to doing this again soon. So, how much time do you guys got on the road yet?
Uh, like how much have we done so far?
Or no, just like until you get to your destination tonight.
Oh, gotcha. Well, like 20, 30 minutes or so, not even.
Oh, that's not
Yeah,
bad.
we're almost there. Not too bad.
Nice. You'll get to get in and relax tonight. So
For sure. Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
sir.
We've got our buddy Cameron coming from Ohio. He's going to be filming for like 4 days of our hunting. So we'll have some
Hell
cool
yeah.
video to show off and some really cool photos.
Nice, nice. I need to hit you guys up too. You guys are the camera experts. Um so I caved, guys, and I bought a new camera.
Hey,
So
nice.
yeah,
What'd
I
you get?
bought that. I bought a Nikon ZR.
Cool.
It's
Hey,
it's
Holby,
pretty
that's our
slick.
turn.
Oh,
You
okay.
guys missed your turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, so I'm just an idiot now with the camera that doesn't really know how to use it very well. So fortunately there's an autofocus function. So
Yes. Thank God for that. Right. Yeah.
Right?
Honestly, my biggest advice is just use it. Like go out and shoot and edit and suck at all of it. And then once you get some time, behind the lens and the time in the studio, like over time you learn what makes life a little easier and you learn like what all the functions of the camera are and how to do pretty much everything to make a photo actually look good. And I'm still very rudimentary in that learning process, and I feel like I've made a lot of progress in like the year that I've been doing it, but there's still so much to learn. And, I compare my photos to some of my friends' photos, Jake's, like Keegan, Wildlife Photog Media on Instagram. He's got some crazy stuff. Just light years ahead of where I'm at right now. And so, but what's nice, kind of referring back to the community of people helping people, you have resources with myself and Jake. And if we can't answer the question, then we have, a plethora of people who would be happy to answer the question for you. So, and that's really what's
Like David will send me a photo. He's like, hey, what?
Oh,
we still
Yeah.
got you.
Yeah, he'll just be straight honest with me and tell me, hey, that
Yeah.
sucks.
Or I tell him
You
what
gotta
I would
have-
change. I'm like, I don't like this. Change this. Try this, and just kind of see what he thinks and give my opinion and let him mess with it and see if he likes it better or worse, or kind of teaching him what each little slider does. And it's all a learning process, and it's all opinion. There's nothing right or wrong. It's about your opinion about what you like, which you
Right.
need to learn.
Right. There's always a learning curve. That's the thing. But hell yeah. Nope. I know I can always appreciate and count on you guys if I've got questions. That's for damn sure. So awesome.
Yeah, man. If you have any
Absolutely.
questions, feel free to reach out to either of us. We're happy to help you.
Yep.
Awesome.
100%.
Well,
Anytime.
Guys, thank you so much for your time tonight. Enjoy the evening. Enjoy the rest of your hunting trip. I look forward to seeing how it all goes online as you keep posting. And we'll probably see this episode within the next week or so, I'm guessing. So
Cool.
Sweet. Well, thank you, man, for having us on the podcast. I look forward to watching it once it comes out, and I look forward to seeing you in February in Texas.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All
Thank
right,
you very
guys.
much, man. Appreciate you having us.
Thank you. Y'all take it easy.
Yeah,
See you
man.
later.
See ya.
Bye.
All right. Bye.